beautifuls, what is up? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kaitlyn and welcome to my channel. This is where you see me test, try, play with makeup because I own way too much of it, and also see part of my everyday life with my friends. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm just gonna dive on in. I look slightly off and like a mess. I just came back from a hike and I came back to this in the mail. That is why we're sitting down and filming, doing this right now. Anywho's, long intro into rolling into this, but we are going to try and test out the new Jaclyn Cosmetics products, and I cannot express how excited I am and I want to say proud. Jaclyn, I don't know you personally, but I just feel so proud when not even an influencer, just anyone in life gets back up from a failure or a hard time or just, you know, a hiccup in the road. If you don't know what I'm talking about, rewind a little bit. Jaclyn Cosmetics, formerly I think it was just Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics, did start her brand with launching lipsticks. There was a whole lipstick fiasco. I actually still have mine because I just treasure it and I genuinely did like the colors. I will leave that video down below. I did review those when it came in. Basically that was just a whole fiasco of it, and I feel like with a lot of people, something that blows up like that would just, you know, step away from the scene and kind of just give up and like leave it be. But Jaclyn did not do that. She came back stronger than ever, I think, in my opinion. Did the holiday highlighting collection and also the Valentine's Day bundle recently. And now we're into, you know, more products. That is, they're not a limited edition like the holiday and the Valentine's collection. This is her line. This is, you know, her products are here, and I'm so happy about it. Yeah, just always been excited for anything that she launches. I have both of her larger palettes with Morphe. I absolutely love them and use them on a regular basis. But regardless of what you think of the fiasco or Jaclyn herself, Jaclyn as a person, we're just going to swipe all that away and just test some makeup today. That's how I've always been with makeup. I don't care who the face is behind it, who the influencer is. I don't buy makeup just because this influencer invented it. I just genuinely like testing makeup, and I was very intrigued by, you know, this formula and just the aesthetic of these, and, you know, how many times can I say, you know, chose to spend my hard-earned money on this. So we're just going to dive right on in. So I have I love the packaging, the Bronze and Blushing Duo. I will pop up a picture up here, but there was 7 hues, I believe, in the line. I realized after I chose the one that I really wanted that it's actually, I believe, the lightest shade of the line, which kind of makes me nervous. It's Lilac Love and Top Tan. So don't really know how this is gonna go. Might just have to build up a little bit. That's totally cool. And then we also got the highlighter in Iced. I believe this is one of the shades that was in the holiday palette, but I can't quite remember. Regardless, they just looked absolutely gorgeous in swatches, so I picked up one of those. And after these ones launched, she also came out with liquid lipsticks, which I was so excited for because girl knows how to make a nude color. Like her past lipstick collection, just the tones and the shades, I just loved them. I loved them. So I was super excited that she, you know, was embracing lip products again and coming out with them. But it was slightly stressful getting those. It's always stressful getting anything at launch. Like this was a bit of a, oh my god, I think everything sold out within like 5 minutes. So I had my clock set and we were on there the second it went live. Same with the lip products. So I got one of the liquid lipsticks here. The lip liner, surprisingly, sold out so freaking fast and way faster than the actual liquid lipsticks, which was just surprising to me. Maybe because I'm not a massive lip liner person. I have a couple of my favorites and I don't use it all the time. Yeah, so that was definitely surprising. It literally was, I think, maximum 2 minutes after going live. I had everything in my cart, I was putting in my information, and then it said, oops, this shade is sold out of the lip liner. So I quickly went back. I was just gonna grab, I had like backup shades in my mind that I would grab, and it was just gone. Just basically everything was gone. I was like, holy shit, okay, let me just grab the liquid lipstick, you know, while I can before everything goes. So we're also gonna test that out today. I'm kind of bummed I don't have the lip liners, but I'm sure they're regular products, so it'll be back in stock and I'll eventually get my hands on them. But we got to the shade, oh hey, or how'd she say it? Oh my god, I'm so bad at saying it. I almost feel like I have to go back on the video, because when she was doing the lip shades, it was this particular one you had to say in a certain voice. I will also say, if you didn't watch the video for her announcing the liquid lipsticks and doing all the swatches and everything, the intro, just so powerful, just so, gave me chills. Just gave me chills.
Ever done. A lot of people say that when one door closes, another one opens. And I disagree, because sometimes you have to break that door down.
Oh my gosh, just having her actual old PR box of the failed lipsticks and like closing it. Give me all the feels, like literally goosebumps. But anywho, so I'm going to find, where did she put it?
Oh hi. Oh hi. It's gonna be really, really beautiful.
Found it, okay.
Hi.
Oh hi.
It's gonna be
Oh, why did I say hey? Oh my goodness, okay, so oh hi is the shade that we're going to be testing out. So yeah, let's just dive right into here. I haven't even opened up the unicorns yet. I obviously got these first because they came before this launched, but I just wanted to wait to get everything to, you know, have the full experience and test it all out with you guys, because it was just launching one thing after another. So one thing I will say about the blush and bronzer duos, and I've heard a few people talking about this, that there is, obviously I haven't had them in front of me, but just looking at the swatches and the photos online, it seems like there's some hues that could have been omitted, or, you know, having more deep options. There is a gorgeous deep option, but just having more variances, I suppose. But yeah, as I said, I'm pretty sure I got the lightest one, so we'll see how this goes. Ooh. Oh my gosh. There is the packaging right there. Super reflective, and it has the raised J right over here. Definitely feels, you know, luxe. Like, it's not super heavy, but it's just not like your typical plastic duos. If I were to grab one from my collection, like, I don't even know, just my highlighter, it's like got some weight, got some heft to her. That was another piece of criticism that I heard from some people, is that the packaging was just a little clunky for the size of the pans, but I can totally understand that for when you're, you know, having things on your desk or bringing this with you, getting ready somewhere else, or like traveling, you know, when we can do that again. I can totally get that, because it is quite, you know, thick and bigger for what is in here, but I think that's just part of the experience as well, having just, you know, bigger luxe packaging. I forget who also said it, an influencer also said that it is slightly annoying having a raised gem because you can't stack things perfectly on here. I can get that for having a collection of like way too much stuff and, you know, having everything stacked in my drawers, but it's just like a minor thing. I just think it's super pretty, and, you know, it's pretty enough to be the topper of the pile. You don't have to stack things perfectly on here. Anywho's, very minor details, but we're just gonna open this on up. Oh, this mirror. Okay, people were saying that it's like a big ass mirror, but like, woo. That is a big ass mirror. All right, that's pretty cool. Anywho's, here is the shades. That bronzer definitely looks a lot lighter in person. Make me slightly nervous, but you know, we're still in the winter color here, so it might work. You never know. So there's Lilac Love and Top Tan. We'll do a little swatch for you guys. The reason why I chose this one in particular is Lilac Love, the blush, just intrigued me so much. It's like no other shade. Ooh, this is buttery. It's like no other shade that I have in my collection. I've never been super into the purpley blushes, but for some reason, just the softness of this and seeing the swatch, I just instantly gravitated towards this one. So that's why I went with this one. Hands are super freaking dry, but you can see that there. And the bronzer also, and if you're fair skin, my fair skin girls out there, you know the struggle of bronzer in general, just because of this, just with the undertones and like the fairness of our skin, it pulls orange really easily. And I've had a lot of bronzers that can look muddy or orangey tone on me, and that's just what it is. That's how it is. But seeing the tone of Top Tan, it just seemed like not cooler tone, but just one that wouldn't really pull orange, if that makes sense. It just looked like a really nice tone. So that is why I went with this one in particular. One thing I will say, this isn't the only critique that I had in my mind, is I love the thought of a duo. I have duos in my collection. I love traveling with them and, you know, just being able to throw them into my makeup bag quick and get going. Looking at the swatches and looking at these ones, it's like I almost wished that they weren't duos to an extent, because it's like I really liked this blush, but I would have gone with this bronzer. And, you know, it works like having a shade that's supposed to, you know, go with one another, and if you're fair skinned, these two would look good on you. I like having that guide, and I feel like that's helpful for some people, but I think it still would have been nice to almost have the option of picking which ones you wanted, because seeing other swatches, there was other bronzers that I was like, oh, that would have been so pretty. You know, it might be vice versa. People who are really fair skinned and want this bronzer might not like a lilac purpley softer blush. They might have liked even the deeper ones that they were having that was more of like the brighter pinks, or like the corally ones. I can't remember the shade names, but you know, it would have been nice to have the option, but I'm still really happy with this. That was my only critique. So we're just gonna throw this on our face. I have my base completely done. I had a little bit of cream blush on just for the hike, but I put a little bit more of foundation and powder on that just to try to cover it up. So hopefully that won't be too much of an issue, because I just didn't want to wipe off my entire face to do this, and I was just too excited. I really want to try these. But yeah, let's just go on in. I'm not too sure. I think I will choose a denser brush just because I might have to pack this up. I get what people are saying of it being a bit too big, like the pan size compared to like the palette size, but again, I think it's just part of the luxe look and experience. So anywho's, I'm going to go in with my BH Cosmetics #1 brush from the Rose Gold collection. It's angled and just a bit more compact with bristles. Not too much pickup like at all. I'm not too sure how much to take of this, but we'll just go in and see here. Okay. Ooh, okay. I feel like that was really easy to apply. I've never been a huge fan of like baked formulas per pretty sure these are made in Italy or Germany. Yeah, made in Italy. They're doing something right, okay? That shade, not mad at it. In person, like it's showing up a lot more on camera. In person, it definitely looks like a very airbrush soft look to it. But again, you know, you can just build it up. Okay. Happy that it's not pulling orange or anything. I don't know why it's picking up a bit different on camera here. It could just be the lighting, but it looks really nice in person. I'll show you guys with the light off when I'm done. We'll go in my just window lighting. But I'm surprised that this tone or this shade is like working this well for me. Just gonna do a little bit down the nose. Yes, I know it's a super big brush. I'm never precise with my nose contour, if I ever do nose contour. Nose contour. Okay. Could just be the shape. I feel like I really didn't have to work with that like at all. All right. Not mad about that. Let's throw on the blush. No idea what I can go with. Let's just grab our ColourPop F1 fluffy brush here. I feel like you have to dabble in a little bit to get to my brush. There is a bit more pickup for the blush. Okay. I'm scared I grabbed way too much just now. Let's just lightly go in. Okay, that's pretty. That is pretty. It's not showing up like super purpley on my skin. Almost looks more pinky. That could be having something underneath. But I always have a habit of like stippling a lot of my face products on because I just don't want to disturb the foundation. It's like pigmented enough that it's showing up, but it's not like a stamp on your face that you have to really work to blend out, if that makes sense. It's just a very soft focus formula. I really like that. And yes, I know I might seem biased if I like these products just because like I am a follower of Jaclyn's, but it was awful, I would tell you guys. Just straight up, like, I would never say if something was bad that I spent my own money on, you know? A little bit in the nose. I feel like a formula like this is really nice for more natural looks or beginners, because it seems like you can build it up a lot, but you know, for beginners it's nice to have that not super pigmented and dark from the get-go, you know? This looks so pretty in person. I cannot wait to show you guys in natural lighting. This is so pretty. I know it seems like I'm dabbling in a lot, but I'm just like, I'm lightly dabbling, just trying to build up a little bit. All right. Some people may not like a formula like this because it seems like you have to build up a little bit if you really want it to show. But that doesn't bother me at all to have to dabble in a few times. I actually really like that. Okay. Good start for this one. Also cracked open the liquid lipstick. So here is the unicarton. Black with the really cool looking, slightly raised letters there, and the component. I think it's so neat looking with the black faded into where the color is. It says Jaclyn with like the rose gold. I loved that theme. It was like rose gold, black, just, you know, really aesthetically pleasing to me. But yeah, it was a standard little tube, but I really like the almost matte or satin matte finish of it with the black. It's really neat. So swatches here. So there is the blush and bronzer, gorgeous highlight. We're about to put that on, and that is this shade Oh Hi that I chose. All right, so let's throw on this highlighter again. Love the packaging. Very bougie and just luxe looking in my opinion. It still has that raised J on here and does have a really nice mirror. Excuse the mess on my desk. Oops. And the shade right there. Doesn't feel as like heavy as the palette. I know this is smaller, but yeah, a bit lighter, but still love it. Let's grab my favorite highlighting brush. This, what are you? Jaclyn Cosmetics number 3, also from the, did I say rose gold collection earlier? It's the rose quartz. My apologies. Both of these ones are the rose quartz collection. Apparently rose gold is on my mind a lot. So we're just gonna dabble on in here. Got a little bit of follow. And let's see how icy this iced can be. Okay. Okay. And that's like tapping off my brush. Do we see that? Do we see this? Ooh, okay, that's really pretty. That is really pretty. I'm gonna get a little bit of a more tapered brush just to focus it a bit on the highest point of my cheeks. This is the Real Techniques setting brush, which is completely chewed up from Luna, but still love it. Just the handle's a little janky. Okay, let's just put a tiny little bit like right there. That is so pretty on the nose. Ooh. Really like the tone of this one. It's not as warm tone as it looks like in the pan. It's just like a really icy, frosty champagne. I do really like that. Pop some in a corner. I honestly feel naked if I don't have an in-corner highlight. Don't know what that is about. Oh my gosh, words today. Okay. Okay. One thing I will say, obviously I haven't, you know, tried it out with the different products underneath. No setting spray. I think once I miss my face, this would be different, but I'm not sure if you guys can see. I do have texture and, you know, acne scars and everything, and I just feel like maybe I just have too much powder in this area. I don't know. It's kind of not grabbing, but just looks a little dry and textured right around here. It's not too bad on this side, but I feel like if you have a lot of texture, you might not like this formula. That's also because it's very metallic. Any highlighter that is very metallic tends to bring out texture. So I do feel like my skin looks a tiny bit textured right now, but I'm not mad about it. When you do put a lot of highlight on, like if I were to just lightly dust this, like the first wipe I did, looks beautiful. but when you put a lot of something that is metallic, it is going to accentuate that more. Yeah, just cleaning a little bit on this side, but I'm definitely due for like exfoliating my skin. Could just be, you know, how my skin's reacting to it, or just a lot of powder underneath. I don't know, but very pretty, very blendable. I like how reflective it is. So we're gonna dive right on into the liquid lipstick. I'm going to grab a lip liner since I don't have one. Okay, I'm just going to use my, Essence Stay 8-Hour Lip Liner, and because duh, it's one that I use on a regular basis. If I am using lip liner. I feel like lip products is the #1 product that I've kind of like slowed down on using since, you know, COVID and everything happening, because I wear masks like every day. There's no point of having a lip product on. Comment that down below. What is one product that you kind of stopped using or don't use as much since the change of quarantine and all that? At the beginning of quarantine, I just wasn't wearing makeup like whatsoever because I was just at home doing nothing. But then slowly got back into it and I was just using it as part of a routine to feel somewhat normal. Just sitting at home with a full face, because why not? All right, so I don't really get a scent for it. It's like a little bit like frosting, but like very, very tiny. Like I don't think it would bother you if you're sensitive to scents. Very lightweight formula, almost like liquidy. Don't really know how to describe it. If you've tried different liquid lipsticks, you would know that there's more of like a whipped moussey formula and then more of a thinner liquid formula. Typically the thinner, more liquidy ones I find in my experience are the ones that really dry down and are super matte. So slightly concerning to me to see how this will dry down and wear, just because I'm trying to think of a specific one. Like Kaitlyn Cosmetics, the matte formula, or even like ColourPop matte formula, I'm not a fan of, just because they're so like suck the life out of your lips, and those are very thin, more liquidy formulas. I'm hoping this won't be like that. And of course my lips are pretty chapped on the day I'm trying a liquid lipstick, so that's great. Seems to be drying down a little bit. Don't mind my bad liner job. Definitely looks more peachy on me. Maybe I just have to wait for it to dry down a bit more against my skin tone. Tiny bit more peachy. Alright, so I'm going to give this a second to dry down, and then I will show you guys everything in natural lighting. Alright, you guys, quickly change because I get going to work soon. But let the lip fully dry down. We're just in front of the window lighting right now. I will say the swatch on my hand, I had to scrub to get it off. Finally just took out one of my cleansing balms and that seemed to do the trick, but definitely was difficult to get off. Let's see if it is. Yeah, like hardly anything. There's like a teeny tiny bit. It almost feels not sticky, like you kind of feel a bit of the tack, but I think that is just the formula not doing the completely stark matte drying, like that's it, kind of keeping its flexibility, if that makes any sense. Does not feel drying at all. Don't know how that will be in a couple of hours, obviously, but just first impressions and on application, it's pretty comfortable. I don't feel like it's gonna crack up or do anything weird. And also the blush, bronzer, and highlights. I really like it. I like the tone of it. Again, with the highlight, this might be too intense for some people, but I'm obsessed with highlighter, so I'm totally happy with it. I really like the shade of this lip. I'm happy that I went with Oh Hi. Feels so weird saying that, but no, I'm pretty happy with this purchase, you guys. I will leave a pinned comment down below of just how it wears throughout the day. I have to put a mask on, so see how, you know, the lip works with that. But I will test it out a few times and definitely leave that down below. And I think that is all for now, you guys. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. If you want to see any of my other videos, I will link some of my past ones down below. Click the bell to slap that bell and subscribe down below if you want to see future videos from me. And I would also leave my social media down below if you want to see more into my everyday life. Other than that, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye, beautifuls.